So it turns out the grass isn't greener on the other side, at least according to thousands of South Africans that have decided to return back home after trying to live a life abroad. This has led to the reverse immigration trend that is currently forming in South Africa. So let's have a look at what this is, why it's happening, and what it means for the country. Let's start by unpacking what exactly reverse immigration means. Essentially, it's the movement of South Africans that previously chose to live abroad that are now moving back home. This is quite a shift in migration dynamics because we usually see people moving away from South Africa, not moving back to South Africa. According to Tax Consulting South Africa, there has been a notable increase in the number of South African taxpayers living abroad who have decided to return home in recent years. Statista data also showed a decline in the net migration rate from South Africa, which again just supports the trend. There are a bunch of reasons that are leading to people moving back to South Africa, so let's have a look at a couple of these. Lifestyle and cost of living considerations play a pivotal role in this trend. A lot of people are finding that South Africa is a lot more affordable and potentially a more fulfilling place to live because these new countries where South Africans are trying to settle, like Europe or the United States, are continuously just seeing increases in the cost of living. I have personally experienced this firsthand here in the UK. I've been here for just over 4 years now and have continuously just seen how the prices have skyrocketed since the global pandemic back in 2020. Owning a more spacious or luxurious home is also something that draws people back to South Africa. In South Africa, you can more easily afford to get a place that has spacious surroundings and modern amenities, something that can feel impossible in some of these popular immigrant destinations like the UK, which is known for its incredibly high cost of any type of accommodation. There are also reasons as simple as just being tired of the unpleasant weather or stressing about natural disasters in some places. South Africa's weather is relatively predictable, and of course it's something that we're used to. As I've been in the UK for a couple of years now, I can honestly say that the weather has had a much bigger impact on me than I originally thought it would, especially the dark winters. For some, it is as simple as they are homesick and they miss their family and friends. Unfortunately, it never becomes easier to say goodbye to everyone back home and not being sure when you will see them again. Also, with the cost of living increasing, it becomes a lot more difficult to be able to afford plane tickets back to South Africa to go visit. Another reason that is more on the serious side is that people have fears around the fallout from conflicts in the Ukraine and the Middle East. If you didn't know, South Africa was recently voted as one of the safest places to be if there was ever a world war again. This is thanks to the country's multiple natural food sources, fertile land, and water. Another interesting thing that's happening is that people from more developed countries that are planning to retire aren't able to sustain their current lifestyle in their current home countries. So studies have shown that a lot of adults from places like the UK and America are planning to rather retire abroad where their money can stretch a bit further. South Africa obviously comes up as an option for a lot of these people because of the lower cost of living and also the affordability of healthcare compared to the countries that they are from. Most people are probably thinking that everybody is just moving back to Cape Town. However, this is not the case. Urban hubs like Johannesburg are actually seeing an increase in returnees because of its appealing business environment. The city has so many business opportunities in the tech, finance, and creative industry space. So while this all sounds amazing and the trend is definitely making waves, it is important to keep in mind that immigration from South Africa is still significant. The economic uncertainty, the political instability, and concerns over crime rates are still encouraging South Africans to rather look for opportunities abroad. We still see the same kind of top destinations that South Africans opt for, countries like the United Kingdom, Australia, and United States. So that's what the stats, the news, and the analysts are saying about reverse immigration in South Africa. To make it a bit more personal, I can tell you how I feel about my current situation here in the UK. As I mentioned, I've been here for over 4 years now, going through a pandemic and a cost of living crisis while trying to settle into a new country. By no means was an easy ride, but at the same time, I am so grateful for my opportunity to be able to live here. I know there are so many people that want to move abroad, but there are just many reasons that they can't do it. I believe that experiencing more of the world helps you to become a better person, because the more countries and cultures you experience, the more open-minded you become. You also have the opportunity to learn skills, facts, behaviors from people that have a completely different background to you. And again, of course, it is definitely a privilege to be able to experience all of this. Because that is my view on being able to live abroad, I am definitely staying in the UK for now. I still feel like I have a lot to learn here. I have a great job and we have our little community of people here. With that said, I do not feel like I'm done exploring the world yet. So in the long term, I'm definitely open to moving to another country as well. Although I miss everyone back home every single day. I'm not quite ready to move back yet, but that also doesn't mean that I'm not planning to ever go back to South Africa, because I definitely still see South Africa as my home and there's a lot of parts of the country that I love. So in summary, the reverse immigration trend is reshaping South Africa in interesting ways. It's bringing back experience, talent, and diversity. Whether people are coming back due to homesickness or if they're looking for new opportunities, one thing that is always clear is that South Africa holds a special place in the hearts of its people, wherever they may roam. Thank you so much for checking out this video. I hope you found it interesting and learned something new today. If you did, remember to like this down below, and then I will see you guys in the next video.